Good afternoon. This is the first of the online sessions I'm going to put on my website. These have come out of a group that runs every other Thursday at the Fountain Centre, which is a special centre for people living with cancer. And we, I suppose, adopt contemporary art practice. I bring a few ideas each week and everybody goes off and does their own thing with them. So it's not prescriptive. It's completely open to interpretation. And we're going to start with something simple and fun. So this is a plan for creating a paper plane, which I saved from the Evening Standard in September 2002 when my son was 6. He's now 23. And we have had lots of fun with this over the years. And rather than just doing a plain paper plane, we are going to create our own designs on this and interpret it however we wish. We can have fun with our children, if you have children around, with your partner, or even with your dog. I'm sure your dog will enjoy chasing after this. And it's supposed to be a really good design. So it starts off with an A4 sheet of paper. I have used cartridge paper because I wanted to use water-based colour on it. So there's your A4 sheet. You first of all, let's pull that back into focus so you can see it. You first of all fold that in half, comme ça. Open that out and then fold the two corners in. And then take the point from the point up here, fold that in. And so that line sits along the middle line like that. And it will end up somewhere near the bottom. I'm just going to move that back into the frame so you can see. And you do the same the other side there. So you've made a very much an arrow shape. Really see that? And then take the point here and fold it over so that it meets the top of the V shape here. So those are your two folds. Once you've done that, and I'll put this, I'll put a copy of this cutting from the paper on my website as well, so that you'll be able to print that out if you need to, or be able to look at it, of course, online. The next fold is to fold the whole thing across the middle, so that middle line that you created with that very first fold, and move that back in so you can see. So you're now folding the whole thing across itself here. And that line, take a sort of couple of centimetres, centimetre and a half, and fold the side of it back over that. So what you're doing is creating a ridge. Can you see that flap? Turn it over and do the same the other side. Turn it this way and fold the edges in to make the fins. And there we have our plane. And I'll just tip that around so that you can see it from different angles. You can see that what the central fold is doing there. Right, here comes the creative bit once we've done our folding. And of course you can use your own design for a plane. You don't have to follow this one, but I understand this is quite a good one and we've had success with it over the years. But it's entirely up to you. But what you can do, and as I say, I've worked off cartridge paper, which is going to be more difficult to fold than, say, normal printer paper. This is not particularly heavy quality. I think it's 120 grams, whereas most photocopier paper is something like 80 grams. But I have chosen with this particular one to do a completely random series of random marks on either side. So you can see I'm working with circles here and I'm working with lines here. And for me, you know, I've got this sort of coronavirus idea that this is something that's attacking our society. And I've used all sorts of different things to make the marks. Freehand, using that where you breathe in and breathe out and do a perfect circle. Well, mine are less than perfect, but a circle nonetheless. Various bottle tops to make stamps, the paper cores, cardboard cores of various things to make other stamps, and even the bottom of a jar. And I use the lids, let me just find one as an example, that come with soup, and they make great palettes, so you can just dissolve some acrylic paint or even paint from a child's painting set in these, and it allows you to stamp whatever object you want to use to make those patterns. And we'll do other sessions later on which explore that idea further. And here I've used things that have street lines, so either my freehand or other things which I've put ink along the edge and made marks. And this one here, you can see this is the corrugated paper cup holders that you get with takeout coffees. So once I've done all of that, I've then gone ahead, made my design, folded down the corners, folded down again, folded down the tip, created my folds through the central spine, turned up my fins, and that is ready to fly. And here is another one. Here is another one I prepared earlier. But instead, this one I made with a plain paper and then selected my design. And this is all about us combating the virus. Now, of course, it isn't really that. It's whatever's going on in my head at the time. And I'd just like you to use these sessions to just explore ideas. I find making work allows the mind just to open and all sorts of ideas come into play. And I hope that you enjoy this as the first session. Now, if you would like to post your own examples of your own work, I'm going to copy this into Facebook, which will allow you to upload your images and any comments onto that page, and hopefully create some sort of community with other people across the internet where we can share what we're doing and ideas. All the best. Bye.